Okay, so if you're learning English right now, you probably know the feeling. You're trying so hard to nail that pronunciation or get the rhythm sounding natural. Or maybe you just look at, all the vocabulary and just feel completely overwhelmed. It's a real challenge, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It really can be. The sheer amount you feel you need to absorb. Yeah, it can feel like climbing a mountain sometimes.
But what if I told you that a part of that learning, maybe a significant part, could happen sort of effortlessly, gently even, while you're just resting? We're talking about this really fascinating area where science is kind of revealing new possibilities for something pretty remarkable. Learning English while you sleep.
Right. Not like magic, but
Yeah,
something grounded in how our brains actually work.
exactly. It's about this gentle, maybe even subconscious path to learning.
Yeah, it almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But you've pulled together this amazing stack of sources, articles, research papers, even some personal notes you found, all digging into how our sleeping minds might actually be these incredible allies in your English journey.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Our mission here in this deep dive is to really pull out the most important insights, maybe some surprising facts, and the practical strategies from all that stuff.
Finding that sweet spot, maybe, that sort of magical intersection between rest and learning.
Yes, let's find it. So where should we start? There was that one story.
Oh, yeah, Minji's story. That one really stood out, didn't it, from the notes you shared?
It really did. It kind of sets the stage perfectly. So Minji, she's a 16-year-old Korean girl, and she was really grappling with the rhythm of English.
Right.
Her mother described her speech as sounding a bit, mechanical. Like each word was separate, not flowing.
That's such a common hurdle, that mechanical sound. Especially if your native language has a really different rhythm or intonation pattern, it's hard to shake.
It really is.
Yeah.
But then her mother noticed something kind of amazing. She mentioned that Minji had this habit. She'd listen to English podcasts, but at a really low volume as she was falling asleep. Almost passively,
Just background noise almost.
pretty much. But here's the kicker. Lately, when Minji started talking in her sleep,
Yeah.
she was speaking English.
Huh.
And her mother said it sounded completely natural. The rhythm, the flow,
Yeah.
it was all there.
Wow. Speaking English naturally in her sleep.
Exactly.
See, that's the kind of anecdote that really gets scientists interested. It feeds right into this whole field of sleep learning, or the technical term is hypnopedia.
Hypnopedia.
Right. And it really pushes back against that old idea that your brain just, shuts off when you sleep.
Yeah, I admit I was pretty skeptical at first. You hear sleep learning and think,
I don't know.
Sci-fi.
Totally understandable. But the research you gathered consistently shows the brain is anything but inactive during sleep. It's actually incredibly busy.
Especially during that slow wave sleep stage, right? That deep restorative sleep.
Exactly. That's the crucial time. During slow wave sleep, your brain is actively doing something called memory consolidation.
Consolidation.
Think of it like your brain's a librarian at the end of the day. It's organizing, sorting, filing away everything you learned, making those temporary connections stronger, more permanent.
So it's not really about, say, learning a whole new language from scratch overnight while you snooze. That was a big misconception the sources tackled, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. That's the dream, right? But no, the research really points towards it being much more effective as a reinforcement tool.
Reinforcement. Okay. So strengthening what's already there.
Precisely. Gentle exposure to information you've already encountered during specific sleep stages seems to strengthen those memory pathways. It solidifies what you started learning when you were awake.
Okay. That makes so much more sense. So it doesn't replace your daytime study. It boosts it,
Yeah.
amplifies it.
Exactly. That's the first big principle we pulled out. Reinforcement, not replacement. It's like a gentle review session happening while you rest. This actually reminds me of something I tried myself a few years back, based on some early reading I did.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Well, I was really trying to improve my English pronunciation. It felt kind of stuck. So I thought, what the heck, I'll experiment. I started playing these pronunciation videos, but really quietly while I slept.
Just the audio. Very low.
Yeah, super low volume. Honestly, I didn't expect much. Just, maybe a tiny edge.
So what happened? Did you notice anything weird or useful?
Well, the weirdest thing was sometimes I'd wake up or half wake up and realize I was moving my mouth. like silently practicing the sounds in my sleep.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. And maybe it was coincidence, but later on, my pronunciation teacher actually commented that I seemed to be improving faster than she'd expected based on just our lessons.
That's fascinating. That perfectly illustrates that second principle we found, doesn't it? The power of passive repetition.
Exactly. Exposing your sleeping brain, even passively, to those correct sound patterns. It seems like it can actually help tune your muscle memory for speech. Your brain's still processing it subconsciously.
It really shows your brain is working for you, even when you think you're completely switched off.
Mm-hmm. And that leads to another really important benefit that kept coming up in the sources. Something about anxiety.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Sleep learning seems to somehow remove the pressure, the anxiety that so many English learners feel when they're actively practicing.
Which is a massive barrier for a lot of people, right? That fear of making mistakes, sounding silly.
Totally. So that brings us to our third principle, creating a safe space for language play.
Exactly. When you're asleep, that critical, judgmental part of your conscious mind is, well, it's offline.
Right.
So your brain can kind of experiment with sounds and patterns more freely. It's this unique, stress-free zone for language acquisition, like giving your brain permission to just play around without worrying.
I could see how that would be a massive relief, like taking the fear out of practice.
Yeah, think about how kids learn language. They just babble and experiment, fearless. This sort of taps into that, maybe?
Okay, this is all really compelling. So if someone listening is thinking, all right, I want to try this, what are the practical steps? What did the research say about doing it effectively?
Good question. The first big point was content selection. It really works best if you use material you've already studied while awake.
Back to that reinforcement idea.
Exactly. Don't try to learn brand new grammar rules in your sleep. Use it for things like vocabulary lists you reviewed that day or basic phrases you practiced.
Makes sense. And what about how you play it? Volume, timing.
Volume is absolutely crucial. This came up again and again. It needs to be very low volume, just barely audible.
Whisper quiet, basically.
Yes, think whisper quiet. Your sleeping brain is sensitive. If it's too loud, it'll just disrupt your sleep. And poor sleep quality completely undermines memory consolidation. So that's counterproductive.
Right, you need the sleep itself for learning to stick, so super quiet.
Got it. And what kind of content works best? Complex dialogues, music. Interestingly, no, not complex stuff. The sources consistently suggested simple, repetitive content works better.
Repetitive. Okay. Like what?
Things like vocabulary lists with the pronunciation repeated, basic phrases said over and over, maybe even gentle English affirmations. The key is the repetition. It gives the sleeping brain a clear pattern to latch onto.
I really like this whole approach. It feels like it turns rest time into a bonus learning time, but without taking away from the rest itself. It's a real win-win.
It really is. Because good quality sleep is essential for locking in learning anyway. So by prioritizing sleep and adding this gentle layer, you're actually supporting your learning on two fronts. It's quite elegant, really.
Now, we do need to manage expectations, right? This isn't like flipping a switch and waking up fluent.
Absolutely not. And that's our fourth principle, consistency and patience. Sleep learning isn't some magic overnight fix.
Right.
It's a gentle, gradual process. The sources suggest the best results come over weeks and months and, crucially, combined with your regular active daytime study.
So you won't suddenly ace your English test the next day, but over time. What kind of results do people report? What are the common benefits?
People often report that English just starts to feel more natural to them. Pronunciation tends to gradually improve. And quite often, there's less anxiety around actually speaking.
Less speaking anxiety. That's a big one.
It is. It's like the language becomes more familiar, more comfortable at a really deep subconscious level.
Okay, before we wrap up, this seems like a good time for our deep dive vocabulary spotlight. Let's quickly clarify some of those key terms we've been throwing around from the sources.
Great idea. Let's break down a few for you. First up, hypnopedia.
Sounds fancy.
It does, right? But it's just a scientific term for learning during sleep. Hypno for sleep. Pedia for learning. Simple as that, really.
Okay, Hypnopedia. Got it. Next.
Consolidation. We mentioned this one a lot. It's that crucial process where your brain takes memories from the day, things you learned or experienced, and works to make them stable and long-lasting.
Like hitting the save button in your brain.
Exactly. Like saving that document onto your hard drive during sleep. That's consolidation.
All right. What else?
Subconscious. This is the part of your mind that's working away without you being directly aware of it. When you're asleep, your conscious mind is resting, but the subconscious is still active, processing things.
So that's the part that's listening during sleep learning.
Pretty much, yeah. Then there's neural pathways.
Okay.
Think of these like roads or connections in your brain. When you learn something, you build these pathways. The more you practice, the stronger and faster those roads get. Sleep learning helps reinforce the pathways you built during the day.
Like paving the road a bit smoother each night.
Nice analogy, yeah. And finally, repetitive. This just means doing or saying something over and over. And for sleep learning, that repetition seems key because it gives the sleeping brain a simple, consistent pattern to process.
Okay, great definitions. Thanks for clarifying those.
No problem.
So pulling it all together then.
Yeah.
The big takeaway is that sleep learning should complement your active study, right? Not replace it. It's a gentle boost.
Mm-hmm. Precisely. Think of it as an extra little support system working quietly in the background.
So here's a little challenge for you, the listener, based on everything we've discussed from the sources. A peaceful challenge.
Yeah. Try this simple experiment, maybe tonight or tomorrow night. Pick, say, 5 English phrases you actually studied today.
Mm-hmm. Things you actively worked on.
Right. Record yourself saying them slowly and clearly. Just use your phone.
Okay.
Then set that recording to play on repeat, but at that very low volume we talked about. Whisper quiet. Maybe set it to start about 30 minutes after you think you'll fall asleep.
And don't expect miracles overnight.
No, definitely not. But just notice. Over the next week, pay attention. Do those specific phrases start to feel a bit more familiar? Does saying them feel any easier?
Yeah, we'd genuinely love it if you shared your experience. Did anything feel different? Did a phrase pop into your head unexpectedly? Let us know. Your story could really help other learners.
Absolutely. And to make it even easier for you to get started, we've put together that free sleep learning starter kit mentioned in the source materials.
Oh, yeah. That's in that.
It's got 20 gentle English phrases that are pretty much perfect for this kind of sleep learning, plus a simple guide on how to set up your routine safely and effectively. The link is right there in the description.
Perfect. Definitely check that out.
And hey, if this deep dive sparked your interest, make sure you subscribe to The Deep Dive. We're always digging into this fascinating overlap between how our brains work and how we learn languages.
Because remember, learning English, it's not just about textbooks and flashcards, is it?
Not at all.
It's about finding these gentle, maybe more natural ways to let the language kind of seep in and become part of you. And sometimes that happens best when you're not consciously pushing so hard.
Your brain is truly an amazing ally. It's working for you 24/7, even when you're resting. So trust that process, be patient with yourself.
And maybe let sleep become your secret learning partner.
Couldn't have said it better. Let sleep be your quiet, powerful ally.
Until next time, keep exploring your English learning journey, even in your dreams.
And hey, if you're wondering what to do when you wake up refreshed, check out our next deep dive, Morning English Rituals That Actually Work.